Welcome back to America Decides. Russia says it's still planning to adhere to a 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine beginning Thursday, but will respond if Ukrainian forces attack. That may be the case, as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has rejected the ceasefire, labeling it a, quote, theatrical performance. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar shared her thoughts on the war and much more while speaking with our own Major Garrett in Arizona over the weekend.
Walk me through what you think the next month or so looks like for Ukraine. And do you believe its future flows through the Oval Office under President Trump?
I think it's hard to do without America. We've been by their side from the beginning, but clearly there's a coalition. Europe has been standing up. They've shown their willingness not only to give funds for this effort. There's now 23 countries that are putting 2% of their GDP into defense, but they have pledged, in the case of the French and the British, to actually have troops in Ukraine after there's a peace agreement to be able to enforce it, because that's been the problem before. So I don't think it's us alone. I do think the signing of the mineral agreement was important. It was a priority for President Trump, and it could then pave the way. While we have, 1 week it's a sprint, then it goes away. But my hope is that it somehow paves the way for more discussions. Obviously, I don't agree with some of the kind of pre-concessions that were made, because I'm not sure that's how you should negotiate, but we are where we are.
Everyone in the Senate and the House wants the president to get this right. What's your biggest hope in the get it right column? Sure. What's your biggest fear in the, oh man, we really blew this column?
Well, I am really concerned if somehow we do nothing, because literally he will then feel emboldened, Putin will, who's shown his colors before, that he would be willing to go into other Baltic states, and we actually then would be triggering a war, a World War III, if he's heading into NATO countries. So that's my biggest fear. The hope here is that because Europe has been standing up, the president can show that there's been a change and that they've been contributing. The hope is that given that 40% of government spending out of Russia right now is spent on defense, that because of this war, that is not really sustainable. The fact that their best ally appears to be North Korea, not really the friend you'd want. And the fact that there are still significant economic sanctions, when lifted, could be helpful. And could I say 69 senators, which is enough to even override a veto if that happened, and I would hope it wouldn't. 69 senators have signed on to a bill, including I have as well, to expand these sanctions and to make sure they're strong, that Senator Graham is leading.
Another topic of conversation here has been China and Taiwan. How do you factor the trade conflict now, which is essentially, as the Treasury Secretary described it, many days later, it was obvious at the front, but it took him several days to say, though privately, it's a trade embargo. That's what it is.
Yeah.
How does that factor through our relations in the region, Taiwan, and Russia?
So we'll start with the values here. I mean, we know that we are a democracy, and in the end, democracies work. And China is betting on the fact that somehow we're going to fall apart and they will become a leader worldwide. They already have people they do business with, clearly. And you look at what they've done. They've stolen our own intellectual property. They have done all kinds of things that
manipulate currency, ownership requirements, all those.
Go on and on and on. That's a fact. So how do you deal with them? Well, I think you deal with them not alone, but with allies. And you deal with them by looking again at trade agreements in the Asia area. Right now, we have strong relationships, and have, at least maybe till now, with Australia and New Zealand, and the relationships that we have with Japan and Korea, all incredibly strong nations. So you build on that. You look at negotiating with Europe again in a trade agreement, and then you start applying pressure on China. You can do it right now, but not in the way it's been done. As you just pointed out, it's like an embargo. A lot of the voters in my state that voted for Donald Trump and me, and there's a whole bunch of them, they thought he was going to work on things like lowering costs on housing and child care and health care, things they really care about. That has not been happening. Instead, we kind of have this daily chaos. Chaos is up, corruption is up, costs are up. That's what's happening. That's not what they buy into.
You know, this question gets asked a lot, and I want to put it to you gently.
Oh, no.
For the Democratic Party, what does this moment require?
Well, this requires an acknowledgement that we need to be a party that actually has the back of people. And people are going to talk about it in different ways. You'll have more moderate and conservative Democrats. You'll have Bernie Sanders out there and AOC doing their
drawing
tours.
huge
I
crowds.
think all of this can work together. I have seen myself rural town halls that I've held where you'll have activists there. I had one where they had a sign that said, "This is not normal," one of the activists. And there was a farmer next to her, and he said, "What does that mean? I'm normal." And she goes, "No, this is the sign we use." And so I don't think this is bad that people have different views. But I think we have to acknowledge that if we're really going to do something positive here, we've got to make some changes to some of the things and how we talk about them.
We'll have more of Major's interviews from the Sedona Forum throughout the week.